Hi everyone! Almost every influencer involved in the Manosphere is feeding off of your insecurities and vulnerabilities to amass more money than you will ever see in your lifetime, feeding a continuous spiral of insecurity and profit loss for people like you, leading you into a deeper life of dependency and pain. Yeah, seems like that's a bold enough way to start the video. Did I grab your attention? Because I certainly set myself up for a lot of explaining. So, why make a claim that's bound to set off a lot of really rich and physically strong people? Well, because it's true, and unlike them, I genuinely want to see you, the viewer watching this video, be your best self. You don't know me, but I love you. Let me give you a quick little kiss on the cheek. Let me tuck you into bed. Leave you a nice cup of water. I love you, homie. Alright, that's enough trolling. Let's actually deal with the issues. So, to understand how and why the Manosphere is using you, we gotta first understand what the Manosphere is. I think we've all got a general idea as to what it is, but our definitions could vary a little bit. Or you might not know what it is, in which case, lucky you. The Manosphere is defined by a bunch of libtards who can't bench 135. I mean, the Institute for Strategic Dialogue is an umbrella term that refers to a number of interconnected misogynistic communities. See, that's a terrible description and completely misses what the Manosphere actually is. I mean, they throw incels into the Manosphere umbrella, but they don't like men that come from the Manosphere at all. The Manosphere goes against the ideas that incels hold. Where incels have given up on finding women, the Manosphere holds a core value of going through as many women as possible. Alright, so we got sidetracked a little bit. So the actual Manosphere, what is it? Well, this has gotten a lot harder to define the more I've researched for this video. It's kinda weird. The more I look for definitions, the more varied they get. Sometimes I'll see a description that makes the Manosphere sound like the second coming of Christ, and sometimes I'll see it as something saying that anyone involved in the Manosphere hates women. Then I look over at the author and it's written by a dude who looks like this, and it makes me never want to listen to another word about masculinity coming out of his mouth ever again. Like, yeah, I agree, the Manosphere is pretty bad, but like, we got the Independent Times out here saying, and I quote, "In some ways, this can be viewed as the endgame of the Trump era, where traditional right-wing dog whistles have been replaced with explicit calls to bigotry and violence." Don't you just love the mainstream media? All this keeps us spinning in circles trying to find out what the hell the Manosphere actually is, and all this spinning has led me to the conclusion that we need to define the Manosphere ourselves, like giving it an actual definition. Since the only available definitions come from the side that hates it with a burning passion, and the people actually in the Manosphere have been so suppressed by big tech that their beliefs in the Manosphere can't be found. I'm sure those people have a very firm belief on what it is, but we'll never find it. You know, it's actually kind of funny how we're all aware of what the Manosphere is, but if asked for like a sentence-long definition of it, you just can't do it. It's a very complex, morally gray community of men from all walks of life. Whether it be a 15-year-old kid talking online with other dudes about how to heal from his first breakup, to an overweight 30-year-old balding dude trying to look for advice on how to lose weight. But it could also be a group of dudes bragging about how many women they've tricked into sleeping with them and how low they view them as people. Shameless plug to watch my video about hookup culture. It's the best video I think I've ever made in my life, link in the description. The Manosphere could also be strong-looking, outspoken dudes trying to sell you something. And that right there is where our problem lies. The Manosphere is absolutely loaded with people looking to sell you something. Like, it's insane just how many Manosphere influencers have something to sell.
It feels like somebody wants to sell me something!
I told you he was on to us!
There's something I want to address before continuing. This video isn't about the Manosphere being toxic or negative on its impact that it has on countless women. This is just about the exploitations that the Manosphere influencers partake in and how it hurts the men involved in the sphere. We're essentially picking out and separating the stupid people from the genuinely bad people. We're going to tackle the big head that essentially everyone thought of when saying sell you something in the Manosphere. Andrew Tate's Hustlers University is easily the biggest, what should we call Hustlers University? I'm getting pretty tired of trying to define everything. I don't want to say MLM, though you could definitely make an argue for and against it. I don't want to say product because I don't think they're selling you a physical thing. Wait, hold up. Does Andrew Tate do merch? Oh my gosh, he does merch. Guys, I wish you could have seen how hard I laughed when I saw this. I mean, seriously, how big of a meat rider do you have to be to spend almost $200 on this stuff? Okay, way off track. I guess you could call Hustlers University a service, though I feel a little shaky about that definition because it does have so many MLM influences in it. But as far as Manosphere services go, Hustlers University is the biggest, probably in sheer size of people who want to join, and definitely in the amount of leeches who desperately try to copy it. The Hustlers University website claims to have over 200,000 members, and at $50 a month, not accounting for any taxes and fees and only working with the numbers 200,000 and 50, that's a possibility of $10 million a month, $120 million a year. What makes this wrong is that what you're being taught are things that you could very much learn on YouTube for free. Getting men into Hustlers University is the end goal because that's where the profit is. Look, if you want to make your own subscription-based course at an absurdly high price, that's your call. But where the exploitation takes place is how people like Andrew Tate and many others funnel people through to these courses by trying to hit at people's vulnerabilities over and over again until they're ready to submit to your solution. This mental manipulation is the reason why programs like Hustlers University have grown so massive while other get-rich programs like, for example, Jake Tran's Financial Masterclass turned into glorified Patreons. So let's get into the real meat and potatoes of this video. How is the Manosphere using you? Sorry for taking so long to get here, by the way. I wanted to make sure I properly established everything. I hope it was worth it. Whether it be things like weird bodybuilding supplements, overpriced get-rich courses, whatever untested and volatile thing someone appears to be selling you to better yourself, they're preying on your vulnerabilities. You see a guy on the internet who's more built than you, more rich than you, I don't know, more something than you. I wouldn't know. I stopped comparing my worth to weirdos on the internet a long time ago, and it's what I'm trying to get all of you to do as well. But if you're not currently in these shoes, try to put yourself in them. Imagine you're some sort of overweight, broke dude who just got dumped or something. You're depressed, nothing is going right for you. You're scrolling through shorts or something till suddenly this guy who seems to have it all shows up on your screen. He's everything you want to be. He's built, he's rich, he can pull any girl he wants to. Then suddenly he just starts yelling at you, seemingly calling out every single little thing wrong with you, like he's looking straight into your soul and pulling you apart. You start getting the "he just like me for real feelings, and you start to watch more and more. You're hooked. You start listening to this guy's surface level advice. You don't eat like a pig anymore. You start to go to the gym. You left your old job for something that pays a little bit better. For a lot of people in the Manosphere, that's typically where the process ends. You're content with what you've built by yourself, and you move on. But not our example guy. He's so hooked, he attributes all of his success to what this internet figures told him, still completely unaware that generic Manosphere influencer number 6,328 told him was a generalization of what so many men deal with today in America. 35 million men in America are overweight. 18.81 million men live below the poverty line, according to the US Census Bureau. 1 in 3 American men reported they haven't had sex in the last year. That influencer isn't talking to you, he's making a generalization about millions of people's situations, and he just so happens to make a video on a very common issue that you fall into. He was never reaching out to you, but you don't know that, and at this point, you're too far in the hole to understand, which makes you a prime target for buying this course that the influencer's selling you. Wanna get rich, you hear him say as he offers you to spend over $500 a year on this course he's selling you that'll teach you all about NFTs, drop shipping, and affiliate marketing. You've heard before that these are risky things and they're unstable, but you trust this man you've grown a parasocial relationship to. He understands you, he's been you, you tell yourself, as you give cash hand over fist to this man in hopes that he'll give you the answers to making all the money you could possibly imagine. But if these Manosphere influencers really, truly cared, why couldn't they just make these videos about the things they're teaching to teach you? Because they know every little bit of the material they'll be trying to teach you already exists elsewhere online, in much more descriptive detail too. And if you found that out, then you wouldn't buy their course. So you're gaslit to hell and back to believe that these influencers hold secrets, and because you believe him from all of the videos you've watched, you'll think that no one else can teach you what he's going to. It's all a mind game, every last bit. If these Manosphere influencers really gave a damn about seeing you grow, They'd tell you all about how you can make a ton of money publicly. They'd tell you what supplements, food, exercises, and how long it took to get in shape, as well as how much time and dedication it really took. Some Manosphere influencers do this, I'm sure, but the successful 1% don't, because there's profit to be made in making people feel worse. Your value that you can provide these already way too rich people increases the dumber that they can make you stay, which is ironic because so many of them preach the whole elites want you to stay dumb narrative. The top Manosphere influencers' lives would crumble if their audience found out that their hero isn't telling you the full truth. For the love of God, do your own research on how to make money. Here's a little life hack. You want to get Hustlers University for free? Go on their website, look at all the things they say they're going to teach you, then go do your own research on like YouTube or something for each part. Trust me, I did the research. You can find all of it on YouTube, from 5-minute overviews of each topic offered in Hustler University, all the way to multi-hour long explanations of what things work and what don't work and how they do. What's incredibly ironic is so many of these programs try to make it seem like they're better than college because they'll teach you what college won't. Yet their whole business depends on people not finding out that this information is available online for free. Not giving any positives to the college system, you're looking at a dropout right now. The point is that they have more in common than the Manosphere influencers want you to think. You're not a top G for buying a $50 course and making $2,000 a month. You've been gaslit by someone who doesn't know or care about your existence. You'd be one less drop of water in the ocean if you woke up and found your own worth. Stop tying your value to other people's standards. That's an incredibly weak thing to do. If you as a man want to get big and make a ton of money, then be a man and just go for it. Stop thinking about it being difficult and thinking you need a guide to do it. You want to reclaim your masculinity? Then stop idolizing others and be the hero you want to believe in. You'll do it, just keep pushing. Sometimes it's better to walk alone, especially if your only options and role models are people that see you as another pawn in their path. I spent a lot of this video talking about online courses, but there are other ways that the Manosphere will try to take you for every cent you have. I touched on supplements, and seriously, the supplement industry is hilarious. For example, we've got the Liver King's ancestral supplements. A bottle of beef thyroid for $56. Actually hilarious. I know most of us understand how big of an idiot the Liver King is now, but remember, there was a time not long ago when people believed this man was an absolute tank by sleeping on the ground and eating animal balls. Look, the point I'm trying to make of this whole thing is that the tippy top of the Manosphere exists to exploit your insecurities and take you for your money. It's so engraved in the culture of the Manosphere to the point where anything that could be considered as a benefit isn't worth it, and there really aren't many benefits entirely. This video could be a lot longer if we got into the many issues of the Manosphere's culture. Maybe a video for another day, who knows. But regardless, I hope you can all see what I was talking about earlier. Almost every influencer in the Manosphere is involved in feeding off of your insecurities and vulnerabilities to amass more money than you will ever see in your lifetime, feeding a continuous spiral of insecurity and profit loss for people like you, leading you into a deeper life of dependency and pain. You want to be a better person? Break free and do it all on your own. If you need help, turn to people in your real life, not a bunch of online strangers. I guess unless you're close with them online. It really just comes down to a judgment call. But I promise, you're better off without the millionaire influencers than with them. Take the time to research how to make money online. You'll end up saving a lot more time and money doing it yourself than in some stupid proto-MLM course. But anyways, guys, that's it from me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love to see what you guys all come up with. God bless you all and have a great day.